The SampleServe solution to the outdated methodology of writing down data on paper forms and filling out sample bottle labels in chain of custody by hand is a software platform that ties together all the various user types in one central database. The software platform has a web-based project management tool that can save project managers time on scheduling and communication. The project scope and details are then pushed to our mobile field app, which allows the field technician to collect and transmit all relevant environmental data, including GPS and photos, and they can also print QR-coded sample bottle labels in the field at the time of sampling. For the lab, the QR-coded labels, coupled with our patented digital chain of custody, allows them to log samples at the lab instantly and saves them significantly on data entry costs and completely eliminates transcription errors. Then, when all laboratory analysis is complete, the lab pushes the data back to the platform where the actionable graphical reports can be generated within seconds. Using SampleServe's web and mobile application, we can save the field sampling crew roughly 20% of their time, and we save about 85% of the time of current report preparation technologies. Let's go over that again. There are four main parts to our platform. The first part is the project management tool, where the project manager develops the work scope and then communicates that scope with the selected laboratory and field technicians. We also have a mobile field app that is used to collect field data and other sample information. The field app also prints unique QR-coded sample container labels in the field at the time of sampling. The QR-coded labels allow the laboratory to quickly log in samples without any missed keys or typos using our separate mobile lab app.
All bottles are scanned.
Then, when all field data and laboratory data has been uploaded, all the required report graphics can be generated by the user instantly and for a fraction of the cost of traditional report preparation methods currently being used. Here's how our patented digital chain of custody works. When a sample is collected, we verify the sampler's identity using 3 authentication factors. The first part is the username and password. The second part is the user's signature, and the third is a selfie taken with each sample collected. In addition, we collect and record a GPS coordinate and a date and time stamp. For a custody transfer with another party, we use the same process. The user identifies the samples to transfer and goes through their 3-part authentication process. The person taking custody goes through their own 3-part authentication process and accepts custody. The platform recognizes the new person is in possession of the samples. There are actually 2 parts to any chain of custody. The first part is the laboratory instructions, which is a list of sample details and the analytical parameters requested. Our digital COC looks just like a paper COC in that regard and is delivered both as a PDF file and as a JSON file, which can be imported by most labs' LIMS systems. The second part of our digital chain of custody makes it very clear about the details of the who, the where, and the when of every custody transfer. The digital chain of custody can be converted into a paper chain of custody at any point if needed without losing any custody details. Each participating laboratory gets their own URL web portal where they can upload their own sample parameter test menu and identify bottle types and sizes for each parameter. They can also customize their own sample receiving login checklist to be used by sample login staff. The sample parameter test menu comes pre-populated with typical parameters and bottle selection. Parameters can be customized by state and by specific media type and lab location. This menu is directly connected to the project management tool and populates project work scopes when the laboratory has been selected. The laboratory login checklist is also easily customizable, and new checklist criteria can be added and reordered easily. Custom checklists can also be generated based on media type and lab location. This checklist is used and completed on the mobile lab app. When the samples arrive at the laboratory, lab login staff can accept the digital chain of custody on the lab app using the same 3-part authentication process as the field app. The customized lab login checklist that was created under the lab's URL web portal can be completed on the lab app very simply and quickly and becomes part of the permanent lab login record. Individual sample containers can be accounted for using the QR code scan process shown previously, or they can be individually manually accounted. Problems with missing or broken sample containers can also be easily noted as part of the record. When the chain of custody has been received, the checklist has been completed, and all bottles accounted for using the mobile lab app, the chain of custody data can be imported into the lab's LIMS system, and an acknowledgement and a copy of the completed COC automatically sent to the project manager. The PDF version of the digital chain of custody is similar to the paper chain of custody. It's easy to read and can be sent automatically. There are numerous ways to import the lab app generated JSON file into the laboratory's LIMS system. This can be done via an API or a special email import or direct manual upload mechanism. When the laboratory is done with the analysis, lab data can be uploaded back to the SampleServe platform with a simple email to labdataupload@sampleserve.com. Common accepted formats currently include EQUIS, EIM, and other common pre-mapped CSV files. Simply give us an example of your CSV output, and we can quickly map the data input. This platform was originally developed for groundwater sampling. However, there's a significant volume of work in other types of sampling media as well. While some of the nomenclature and data units of measure need to be adjusted depending on the type of media, the process of putting a sample in a container, labeling it, and sending it to a lab is essentially the same. Here's how our business model works. We give away our project management tool for free. We let people use the mobile field app for free as well. We also provide the mobile lab login app at no charge. How we make our money is by charging the project management company for the report generation services. We provide all the software necessary for people to give us their raw data, then we turn around and sell it back to them as well organized and easily customizable graphical reports that are completed in seconds. The report preparation fee is based on the number of samples collected for the project so that the fee scales with the size of the project. I thank you for your time and attention. If you have any questions or would like additional information, I can be contacted at the email and phone number shown here.